Hello, everybody. This is Living Out of Darkness, New York by Night. No, this is not Living Out of Darkness, New York by Night. This is Rage Across New York. Today we have Travis Moran is doing his guardian duty. He is making rounds around the sept with his fang dagger in his hand. He is going around at the cairns, the normal, like he's making lines around the blah 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 whatever, and then he stops because he takes a break. His uh, his thing is done, so he will just sit under a tree in Umbra.
Andre soon comes into view. Him having, after his meeting with Chimera, Andre begins to, after having searched for Travis for a little bit while and eventually finding Travis, he kind of like starts to hurry straight over to him, noticing that he's kind of on a break.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Travis.
Hello, how are you, Andre?
Better than I was this morning. In fact, I feel that I've seen some light at the end of the tunnel.
About the thing that we talked about?
About just that, but there are still some questions I need to ask. Not specifically towards you, but I need someone who knows more about these things.
I'm all ears. Please tell me what you have found.
I spoke with Chimera about Joyce Rourke. I asked them about her and the other Ronin, and the third one that you mentioned. I'm not saying I have definite proof, irrefutable proof, but all the cards are starting to fall into place, where everything is just starting to get just a little bit too much like a coincidence. The only things that don't add up is how. How would they be able to do the things that they do? Of course, I only know what any Aurun of my station would know. So I'll have to ask someone more wiser than I.
You can always talk to the chiefs of the storm.
I was thinking about also speaking with Octana. They could provide the answer, I believe.
What are the things that you have found? Please tell me.
Joyce is guarded about her past. Chimera couldn't see too much into it.
Joyce has what?
She is guarded about her past. She won't tell anyone about it. Maybe she tries to hide from it. Maybe she tries to push herself away from it. Chimera thinks that the other Ronin, the one called Sarah, was probably the reason why they left the Kauru Nation. It doesn't add up. A child of Gaia and a silent strider. The children of Gaia would have accepted that. I would believe. Wouldn't you?
You know.
We have our own opinion towards, Metis and
Mm-hmm.
those types of things. But at worst, I would think that Unicorn and their children would have kept them behind closed doors. Don't ask, don't tell.
Mm-hmm.
Makes little sense.
Have you used the pulse to pray for Joyce?
Not yet. But I'm starting to believe that I won't need to. All the evidence is amounting. I think I'm starting to formulate a plan. It's just a few more things need to fall into place first. But in either case, if you want peace, prepare for war.
And with that, Kotori will arrive. He doesn't really pay much attention to the two homids who are discussing. Haha, Freudian slip. You are disgusting. As he goes to a part where there are cement, place that have been cemented, but where there are small plants that still are trying to grow there, and he pretty much go to this particular place and he start to chant, as some might recognize this as being a rite of growth, as he is trying to give those plants a little bit more life to sustain themselves in this a little bit more urban environment.
Mm-hmm. Andre notices Kotori, notices that he's using the right growth. He kind of looks over towards Travis.
Travis looks at Kotori. Let's go near him. Maybe he's an Uktena. He wanted to speak with an Uktena, so.
And yeah, Andre will go with Travis towards Kotori for kind of kneeling down at the place where he's trying to enact the rite of growth. Do you need help with that? I know the ritual.
And Kotori stays silent as for a few seconds his ears are flattened a little bit into the direction of a sound, and he doesn't answer for a few seconds before saying, "No, I'm fine." And he just finish enacting his ritual before turning to Travis and Andre. Hi, Travis, Raya.
You don't have to call me Raya. For now. When we were among friends, please.
Before turning to Andre with a little bit more, colder approach as compared to previous encounter. Andre.
And Andre just stands straight up, because he's homid and all that. Kotori.
Awkward. As he just looks at the two homids. So, you wanted to admire my rite of growth or my fantastic backside, or do you want to talk?
There's a lot of things that we can talk about. But one in particular, I think, not only would you enjoy, but it would also be beneficial to not only our pack, but to this entire sept.
Go on. I'm all ears. And for
You know there is Ronin in the city.
And Kotori looks at you with a puzzled expression. Huh. No, I didn't. You mean we're talking about ghost wolves?
No,
Those who walks out of a nation?
exactly.
Yeah, ghost wolf. So, okay.
Here's a hypothetical question for you. If you were a black spiral dancer and you had a
Well,
sept,
that's
like the sept of the green, how would you best believe would be the best way to usurp everything that goes on and corrupt it?
and he just he just looks at both of you, especially Travis, and say, "Is that a trick question?"
There's no trick to it.
Uh,
Though I do believe that we have had more than one played on us.
mm,
The
if
Here's an interesting riddle for you. You're good with riddles, aren't you?
mhm.
Out there, I said this one to Chimera. They're able to, in their infinite wisdom, answer it directly. Out there in the world, there is a being. Could be Gauru, could be human, could be something else. A spirit, perhaps, of any degree of power. This creature has the ability to turn a lie into truth. This creature has the ability to turn something that is preposterous into something that is posterous. This creature has the ability to turn the impossible into the possible. What is this I speak of? And if you want to roll intelligence enigmas, feel free.
Oh, are you trying? Do you know the answer and you're just trying to fuck with me? You
Well,
bastard.
if you think you know the answer,
Uh, well, could have an answer, but
you want to roll.
yeah, but do you have a difficulty? Set?
Let's just say, because you know tons of shit. Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's just make it standard.
And I have creative logic, so
Mhm.
let's see. So 3 successes.
Okay. You're pretty certain he's talking about a gift. It's a gift which you recall the Galliards have. The very potent Galliards, elders amongst their kind.
Well, I could have told you Spirit of Fate, because that works. But yeah, this looks like a Galliard gift.
Mm-hmm. It's called Fabric of the Mind, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I think that your tribe, and he turns towards Travis, is well known for this gift, as I believe the Octana. I've never seen the gift in use personally, but from what I have been told, it has the ability to make something that isn't real, real. I've heard it's used to create images, stories, illusions, things that you can create visual representations for stories that we've passed down through generations.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not just us that know these gifts, especially gifts of this degree.
Mm-hmm.
What
We're
I'm trying to ask, Kotori, given how the trouble that we have had, given how every attempt at tracking these spirals have always ended up in failure or something blocking it, is there a worm spirit or totem powerful enough to create this kind of effect that gives those that defile themselves before it these gifts?
those who teach these gifts are spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Spirits, be fair, from Gaia, from Weaver, the Wild, of the Banes, all have powers of their own. The water spirits are capable of many things, even if they are not spirits like Chimera, who holds power over illusion, enigmas. They can still produce image and change things, and even heal things. You do not need a specific spirit to gain such a gift. You can force it from a spirit,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe even a worm spirit could know it. One that knows how to trick, one who knows how to dwell into the darkness to let you look somewhere else. Someone that would very much sound like Kirijama, a hidden foe,
Mm.
or who remains best hidden behind illusion, and a trickster, or someone who knows that where the light shines, the darkness can act just as they wish.
That is true. But either way, would you, not for me, but for this entire sept, for the safety of this entire sept, look into it for me?
Yes, I can do it with a sept. I can do it with a pack. And I can do it for you. Because, well, we are in the same pack.
Mm.
It means something.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will. Uh, I will. I'm just going to make. I'm just going to make a. I'm going to make a wormlord check and a spirit check, and I will. I will ask questions to Yesti, who, gave you this information,
Mm-hmm.
so that he tells me, if I'm completely off. So wormlore. Well, this is not my night.
Well, it's one
What's this?
success.
And for spirits, well, a little bit better. And if it's standard, then it will be free. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he just scratched behind his ears. So, what's new from my week of vacation, which apparently only lasted one day?
Well, aside from the fact that I've been going around trying to make sense of everything, I've made some very Very important decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I've decided I'm going to, well, I'm going to try to prove, not only to you, not only to the rest of the Worm Raiders, not only to the rest of the Sept, but also to myself, that I still know how to be an Aurun, and I still know how to be a capable leader. This last month has not been the best example of the deeds that I have done. I have dishonored myself. I have endangered my packmates. I have endangered myself. I will not tolerate anything else from myself like this. That's the end of it. If you still don't believe that I am capable enough to be Alpha of the Worm Raiders, then Octena will judge. You might not like what decision I make on that day. Know that I do it for the betterment of the Worm Raiders.
That's a failure.
Mm-hmm. What's that for?
Okay. So, the instant that you say that you start to talk about bettering yourself is fine, but the moment that you say that you want to prove that your decision have been for the better of the pack, yeah, Horando strikes.
It's not a failure on your part. You only have to do that roll whenever you fail.
I made I made
Hmm?
a willpower check to see if Harano would have an effect. I mean,
Yeah, but the mechanics is any time that you encounter a failure, you have to make the willpower check.
It's also, any bad actions and.
Yeah, it's nothing you've done.
Mhm. Being sad also works, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, personally, I wouldn't say that that's Harano prone. Worthy. Harano attack worthy.
Then I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it, and I'm going to make a rage roll. But, he can frenzy, but no. Okay. Okay. He looks at you. He's not angry, but you can see that he has a deadpan look on his face as you finish your sentence. Like he has a really hard time to maybe understand exactly what you say and how exactly it's beneficial to the pack, but for your actions. Yeah, and with that, he turns to Travis and say, "And what about you?"
Blitzkrieg is leaving to Germany,
Again?
and yeah, he has some problems in Germany. His camp is fighting those men who is going to be die in that war between two Get camps can fight with the worm, but they don't because they're Gets. So,
And he's taking Bettina with her, as I recall.
and Mercy was going to be the warder,
Mm-hmm.
But then Mercy is leaving as well.
What? Why?
It's important for they want to stop the war.
So yeah, we get a Fenris goes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Can I
And
ask a flat question to you two?
mhm.
How did you take the announcement of Bettina's judgment?
I don't want to talk about it.
Bettina's fate just makes me sad.
It doesn't
And
have to be this way.
the problem with Bettina is, so even for Fianna, even for every tribe in this nation, you can marry with someone and you can break up. That is not the problem. The problem is political marriage is a responsibility. And he didn't do his responsibility and cheated his husband. Just cheating isn't a problem, and when it becomes political, as you can see, camps go after each other. These two septs killing each other. They are going to kill each other. So yeah, he doesn't. I think she doesn't deserve what the Gaddis gets. And
No. Chimera thinks that Chimera's uncertain what her fate will be. But I would argue the exact wording of Contemplates the Mercy's judgment was, as she is no longer worthy of her blood, she is no longer given it, you know. She is no longer get to Fenrir's kinfolk. And I would argue, if she is no longer get to Fenrir's kin to them, would it not be kinder to some degree, considering everything that I've heard about her? Would it not be kinder to give her to another tribe?
she will try to stop with this war along with Blitzkrieg. I think.
I wondered why Pegasus did not pay attention. Do they even know?
To be honest, Andre, the I am having problems with the Mercy and the Blitzkrieg when it comes to my decisions at my life, and they speak with their rage more than they speak with their mind. Not Mercy, but Mercy still underestimates me just because I had a different life. Most of you, or most of the people, grew up in septs. I don't know the. I'm in a Garu nation for 11 months. I try a lot of things to learn what I learned. But again, for example, when I talk with Alan, when I talk with the other people, they grow up in septs. They know this stuff from beginning of their life. So it's
I didn't.
me too. But dear Kotori, those Gets shows me as someone who's not competent enough to be warder. He smiles and he says that.
And Tori raised his ears and cocks his head on the side as he's trying to comprehend the logic behind that.
They don't see that Travis has changed a lot, especially in the last few months. I remember
Makes no
when
sense.
we first met each other. We were so different, yet we had akin to each other. Not just because of our auspices, not just because, from the same part of the world, but we fight for the Gauru nation. We fight for what we believe is right. We all have our low points.
Then it makes us brothers. We fight together and we nearly die together.
You've had yours.
This is
Other-
idiotic. This is... I think that for packmates, they don't show much support of their packmates. I wish not to speak ills of my Raya. I know that from what I saw and what I heard, Contemplate the Mercy is a very competent master of challenge and great philologues, but you are an Adrin. The fact that they held on now position in the set, position of importance, means that they should not continue to look down on you. You are a brother, whether they like it or not. You are the one who made the defense of this set. You are the one who made this possible with the aid of everyone. You should not doubt yourself. You should not let those who you call brothers doubt who you are and what you're capable of. If there is a mood where people can speak their mind, I will say what I will say. Travis Moran, the homid, Fianna, has stand for the defense of the set. Who among us, outside of the Afros and the Elders, can actually stand next to you, proud of their accomplishment to this nation? I don't see a lot of persons, and I don't know what logic or way of reasoning the Get Fenris follows. But I know who I would follow in battle. He smells, and just before, and he smells of fire, water, sweat, and strange smoke.
See, Travis smiles and says, the complicates the mercy. Then Mother also asked, he said the Cali should be the warrior. And I was near him.
What?
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Kelly is a warrior. It's true, and she is very competent and capable. But she is still fostering. She has a lot to learn still. I don't understand this logic.
Me neither. Not to take anything away from Kelly, but she does not have the same experiences that you do. She does not have the same support, I would believe, that you do. If there was ever a chance to cast a vote to determine who our warder would be, would have mine, brother.
The Callie is again a competent person, as we all agreed. But the problem is, like I probably would think that she would do good work. But the problem is, a pack means a family, and for me, I would die for anybody in the set, but I will willingly die for the Compline Case of Mercy, Blitzkrieg, and the any other persons in my pack. And you know, those who are close to you can hurt the most. They, by saying those words to me, by saying that I won't be able to do the job, or um, by judging me how I look from outside, is the problem.
You play dum-dum. You play the fool. This is just trickery to the eye. I know that. I hide behind masks. I hide my feelings, my sadness, my doubts. I hide them behind my mask of happiness, playfulness, and foolishness. This is who I am. You play the idiot because it suits you, because that way you can judge a person how they would judge you. And then you can smack them behind the head to make them remember who you are. But I would say that from what you describe, they made you the omega of your pack. They consider you a worthy warrior, I do not doubt that. But among the ranks, among the status of those of your pack, from what you describe, and from what my life as a lupus made me understand, is that they think you are omega. You are the last of the food chain. They are above you. They think themselves above you. You will have a conversation with them to understand why they think of you in such a way, why they look down on you. If those are pure homid beliefs about how you act, acting and performing is not the same thing as acting, taking actions. You should,
Sorry. Go on.
you should beat them up.
I have only 3 words of advice to give to you, Travis Raya. In this regard, prove them wrong.
I'm going to tell you a story about something that happened before the war, the fight that happened at the Storm Eater. In the mood where Blitzkrieg said that Travis is going to lead and prepare the battle plan, Alan Stewart was sitting his head to his Child of Gaia walking stick. He was face palming, and he was showing everybody that this is not a wise choice. So I understand that I don't think that he doesn't. I think that he has his rights to think this way, but he doesn't have any right to act this way, because he was he's a Galliard, and he's supposed to give morale to people, but he wasn't giving morale. You don't give morale by giving negative energy. I asked my alpha, said about this, and he said prove him wrong, just like you said, Andre. And I did. When people thought I'm done while I was going with the curse, I proved everybody wrong again. And when the people lost their belief in Andre, I still have my belief about him because I know him better than anybody. I spent time with most of you in bars, in Sept, nearly everywhere, in my house, own house. I know your weaknesses. I know Andre is a hidden man who can be really persuasive when he wants, and I know that he has his own fight style. He can unknown the unlike the other Ahrus, he doesn't go from the front door, he prefers the back door. That was kind of bad.
Yes, Andre kind of like gives you a slight like double take momentarily. Not in that regard.
I know. He actually laughs when he says like he prefers the back door.
Obvious Kotori is obvious.
Yes.
He
kind of looks at Kotori as he does that, just to check that he's not he truly does not understand it.
I have no point in academic.
yeah.
So
I don't think this is an academic
that's
thing.
medicine.
Yes.
That's medicine. But okay, I also and then he continues saying, I know Tori knows about the worm, and he is, good of talking with the spirits. I know, like as a tier should. I know Kachina can soak a lot of damage. I know Smiles can be a really good tracker, and he's also a really good fighter. I know the Galliard Xavier has good with the sword. He's not good with his words, but he is a clever dude. I know the Alan Stewart is really good with his words. He's nice. He has human influences, and I know that he can be suicidal. I know Andre is overconfident. I know the Kotori loses himself to his ancestor. I know Smiles is overconfident. I know Xavier has problems with his family. Because I spent time with you and all, what Mercy knows about the people, what the Blitzkrieg knows about the people. I know the proper use of the packs. I know who will defend the step best. I know who will investigate and who will execute the people we found. For example, I would never send Andre in a social mission. I would never send Kotori or Smiles because Smiles is unlike humans. Kotori is a lupus. He knows the human way, but not as a homid. I know for example, I would have sent the Memento Mori in a mission of investigation. They will be useful with their humans. I would send a sneaking for the what was the name of that? Dead rabbits, and I would send the finding the truth with the finding a truth as a way of finding a truth and the being executioner, and also the attack from the back would have been given to Worm Raiders. While everybody thought that I was going to prepare a battle plan which is going to be different, I found a proper use for every pack, and what can they do? Again, while the others think that this is weird and stuff, I spend time in the bars. I know about the other supernaturals. I know what they do. I know the vampires have a lot of human relations, just like the Memento Mori. I know the demons has some different powers, and they can understand that they use powers around them. I know the changelings. They just fuck around, and they are not the weaklings as we see them.
No. They're relatively benign, as I recall, at least as far as our relationships are concerned. But they've never, to the best of my recollection, been openly hostile towards us. It's
Yes.
any given point. We've had our points of contention. That I will admit.
And Blitz might think that I am just a man who likes his life, who likes to drink, fuck, and go on his best with stuff. But I am fighting for 11 months in a fight that we're thinking that we're going to lose, and trying to find a way to won this war for New York by creating alliances, knowing the people, understanding and studying stuff, while he's holding his hammer.
You lead from the front, he leads from the rear.
And just one man, I know that just one man can change the future, but this sept already changed the future once. The king said that we were going to lose the war, and we changed the future together. That should be enough for belief for this sept and like believing for this sept, and I do. I realized that I actually realized yesterday after I speak with my cousin, if somebody who I think is not competent enough for becoming warder, who I think that I will do the job better than him or her, I will challenge because I deserve this. I owe this to this sept because this sept is our home, and you should do the good thing. You should do what you think is best for your home. I owe it to this sept, to my family, which is you guys, and which is everybody, every Garu in this sept, even the Mother Larissa. I owe them.
I think that maybe you should hang out with Smart a little more. He could gives you a tips or two, or even lupus could give you something. Because do you know what happens when such a situation exists? The one above in station assert dominance on those who he felt disrespect them. I went to Pangaea. I went with the one tribe. And you know what happened? I made a mistake. I turned my head to the Alpha, to Mororaya, the Alpha of this giant pack. You know what she did? She swept me across the forest, and I rammed into a tree. You, as an Adren, even if people do not think that you are a good example, it doesn't matter. Who are they? What are their accomplishments? Who is the Fostern who can turn his back on you by saying that your way of doing it is wrong until proven? Who is the Cleof who would turn his back on you, shaking his head as he thinks that you're a fool? They are nothing. They are beneath you. You are Adren. Be you warder or not. They owe you respect because your deeds, your name, have been chanted longer than they did. Even if they think differently, it makes no difference. Homids tend to forget that. Homids tend to think that because they think they are right, that because they have ideas, their ideas are the same. We knew of someone like that, whose ideas were better than anyone and everyone turned because they couldn't respect someone who thought that ideas that you hold, that we hold, are better than others. You are Adrian. Act like one. Show your teeth and assert dominance. Not because you're an asshole. Not because you're a dick. Because that's what you do. You are above them in rank. You are here to teach them a lesson on how to be. You are an example to follow. Yes, maybe you go to those bar places. You go there, you drink this poison water, you smoke those plants in abundance, and maybe you sleep too much with people, but that is not the problem. This is not how you act that matters. On the outside, this is what you do. If you do good to the set, then the rest shouldn't really matter. If you make a mistake, people will point at you. Call your mistake. Take your head and ram it into your shit, saying that you're bad, Adrian, that you're unworthy of your rank. But right now, you should be the one taking heads and ramming them into shit.
Kotori, I thank you for, the things that you have told me. I am in a pack with a man named Honors the Lost who taught me the wolf and the ways of Garu Nation. Which he looks like a man who is really nice. Do you remember what he has done to the worm spawns at the hive that we all raided together?
I wasn't there. We were having another thing to do.
Okay.
But go on.
He killed them without hesitation. They were normal humans. But they were the worm spawn, and I have been raised by this man. I know what will happen to those who defy a warder or an admiral. None have defied me, but if I take the position, if I give an order, if somebody refuses, without telling me their own, like you can refuse and say maybe this will be better. But if I say no, that will not happen. If you still continue to refuse, I will simply ask you to do it. If you don't, you will probably find my fang dagger inside your guts to teach you a lesson of pain, or I might even give you a battle scar. Because it's not a problem, you can heal. People have mother's touch. But if you reject me for the third time, he smiles and doesn't say anything.
Valar Morghulis.
He knows exactly what this means and he nods. Rejection to service of Gaia is unacceptable for a Gar. Go fucking be Ronin. Try to run away. But don't obey. Like, do not breach the litany. Or even if you do, be ready to face the consequences of that action.
On a lighter note, Kotori,
Mm-hmm.
a certain spirit told me that smiles did something in Pangaea.
And he raised an eyebrow, if he could.
I'm not going to say anything. Except perhaps, congratulations.
Smiles become faster?
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Good to know.
And
Smiles is a man who lead the people, who always leads actually. I don't know, I always find him in the front, and who have been a better Ragabash than the some that I know. So it's going to be nice that they have him around as a foster.
mhm.
He's a lupus, I'm sorry. Like he just says it after like I'm sorry, he's a lupus, sorry.
Yeah, through the pack link.
Yes, through the pack link, Katori gets an image of Andre doing the troll face, basically this.
Yeah, he says, and very, very seriously, very seriously, he would say, "Do not talk about Kara. Let our brother have this, or else you'll get about a scar, and maybe more, because you know how he is."
Through the pack link, he's welcome to try. I was serious when I said congratulations.
Yes, but remember also where he comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Things can be happy for him, but for him being raised how he was, and considering the tribe that he hails from, this has to remain between the pack and not outside of the pack.
Of course.
I will give you. I will
But-
give you this. I will give you this. What happened in Pangaea stays
in
in
Pangaea, naturally. Though you might want to pay some chiminage to Chimera to get the rest of the spirits to be quiet.
I will make sure that Smiles knows about this. I will not cover my brother's furry behind if he can do it himself, after all. He's a Ragabash, and I have enough material to have a lifetime of fun and daunting.
Mm. Sounds like it was a wonderful place.
And yeah, Kotori gets out of the backlink.
Mhm.
Yes, it was a wonderful place. There was no tribe, no homid mind to divide the nation as it was. Man was just what he was, still wearing fake fur, wearing fake claws to defend himself, but he was respectful of his position. He learned from every other children of Gaia. It was a better time, and I even had the honor and depressing aspect to meet Grandfather Serpent before his fall into madness.
Mhm.
This.
Travis gets up, gets his fang dagger to his hand. He says, "I'm sorry, but I have to, do rounds."
Mhm.
Yeah.
And before I go, I'm really sorry for interrupting, but how do you think that your pack will have a position at the Sept as guardians? Because the two Lupus and one Ahroon doesn't have to, like, two Lupus doesn't have spend a lot of time outside of the Sept. And Andre, we all know Andre. He is a man who always spends some time in the Sept.
I think I'll be spending a lot more time around the Sept. Outside of one too that's outside, perhaps.
Outside is outside. We all have the outside life, but being a guardian means that, covering the sept all the time, but not all the time.
I understand.
I'm already a keeper, Travis. But
No. Your pack, you can still protect the sept while, by being a keeper. It's not in a title as a pack who's being the sept.
sure, I don't see why not.
Thank you. I'm sorry for interrupting you again. See you later, guys.
See you later.
And you guys see him off.
But yeah, it was a good time. Even if, well, Tree Lizard was very aggressive.
Tree
and
lizard?
tried. Yes, apparently Smiles thought that this giant lizard was a tree, but he was not. He was giant with his little, and he gets on his twos, on his back legs, and he's just like.
Yeah, Andre noticed it just kind of like narrows his eyebrows a little bit confused. Do you have an image from the pack link that you remember?
Yeah, he sends you motherfucking T-Rex.
Yeah. Andre just kind of like raises his eyebrows surprisedly. Tree lizard, huh?
Yeah, Tree Lizard. He shoots Smile. And he sends you the backlink image of Smile being chomped before being thrown down.
I will have to show you this movie. Have you ever heard of Jurassic Park?
I know nothing about a park of a Jurassic.
I'll have to show it to you someday. It's a really beautiful film. Maybe another day, however. I've got something I need to do first. I'll see you around. If you find an answer.
I'll see what we can do. I have to ask Little Coyote about the box.
Remember what I said.
Yes, I know.
Yourself first. Steps in water house the song. Anyone else that needs it.
But also I will have to see. My tribe is known to make very particular items out of very particular spirits. This one is an Incarna. We will have to be very careful to what we do and who he is. For Aaron said that he sensed worm taint on the box. Maybe it's just
a residual trace of the abyss on it.
Could be. But it is better to be, prudent rather than sorry. And with that, Kotori will start to trot off into the forest because he has a job. He's not a bum.
Yes, and for Andre's part, he turns and takes out his mobile before he, thinking back to that comment that Travis made about, going through the back door, he starts to send a certain text to a certain satyr. And I think that's where we can end the scene.